Netflix too, like that. One thing well, you know what? I just finished it today, like that. You remember American Gladiators?
With Nitro and Turbo?
Oh, the Blaze, Laser.
Bro, you gotta be kidding me. That was the
What are y'all
best.
talking about?
Are you, don't play with me.
Stop.
Don't play with me.
Stop. I'm not even dealing with you right now. American Gladiators was it.
Oh my god.
That was it.
Like, just, man, what happened to them days, bro?
They started testing people for roids, bro.
So, like, the documentary, you know, like, it was a good, like, you know, nostalgic documentary, get you in your feels, you know, especially if you were a young kid like me. Because, all right, like, you know what it reminds me, man? Like, now, like all in the late 80s and then early 90s. All right, if you think about all the shows, cartoons, and then your superheroes and stuff like that, you know, and movie screens and stuff like that.
Right.
Go, like, just describe the physique of them.
Oh, bro, Action Jackson, Carl Weathers, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Lou Ferrigno. They were all just massive
bodybuilders,
like
that. And then you think about, you know, Spider-Man today. You know,
Tobey Maguire.
You know,
Oh no!
I mean, I hate on him, dude. Like,
you know, like
guy, right?
you think about, you know, like that, like the only one right now is Thor that's, you know, big and ripped, you know, like that. All these other guys, like, not like. It's like, what happened to the action hero, man? You know? And then back then, like, having that show on, you know, weekly and watching these guys freaking, you know, like doing these obstacle courses and stuff like that. Like, man, it was just the greatest thing. And I was like, why did that not just hang around long enough? Like, you know, like, would you, like, just to think about how affected the kids would be now today, you know, on seeing this still on
it's
TV.
Because like American Ninja Warrior is okay, but it's different.
Yeah.
It's okay, but it's different.
Yeah.
But American, like, you remember watching American Gladiator,
Yeah,
of course,
bro, it was
and you
the
watch
best,
it, and you would
bro.
see these guys, and you'd be like, bro,
You know how many
how
times
you gonna beat Laser?
You know how many times, yeah. You know how many
you're
times
like,
we set up like in the living room an obstacle thing while we didn't have no gun to shoot at
Yeah.
like that, but we were throwing that stuff. I know I hit you, you know, like
Right.
or like, you know, like just the pugil sticks and things
Yeah,
like that,
bro,
bro.
it was good.
And shit was just too great.
It was good, man. It was,
Yeah.
and it's one of those shows that I feel like you really can't reboot because
So the closest they got to, and I don't know if you remember this, Dwayne Johnson, Rock, he came out with his own variation of it like that. I believe it was called Titans. That's what it was called.
Okay, I do remember that.
Tyrone Woodley was one of the Gladiators.
I remember
or
that.
The Titans,
I remember that.
like that. Yeah, that was like the closest I ever seen a reboot for it like that. You know, and back then, you know, they were talking about like just the liability and stuff. Like, it honestly would not hang today's standards and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
You know, there has to be a lot of freaking
People used to get hurt,
bro. Not just the contestants, but man, like these guys. You're talking about these gladiators that, you know, that were day in day out freaking going against the contestants and stuff like that, bro. They were suffering bicep tears, pec tears, you know, freaking ACL
It
tears.
was men, it was women, and it wasn't. I know WWE is real.
Yeah.
But it was more real than WWE.
No, for sure. Like, none of this was staged because, you know,
Yeah.
because you didn't know what the contestant was going to do.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, you know, these gladiators, you know, they knew what the objective was, but you didn't know what, you know, Lynn was going to do. That has a chip on her shoulder and she's a garden worker. And, no, I'm gonna climb this wall. And I'm
the one with where they put the hoop in the middle.
Yeah.
And you had to like run.
It was 2-on-1.
Yeah.
It was 2-on-1, and you had to get as many balls in that like that. And then, bro, like, you know, tell me why, you know, getting in a you know, those inflatable bubbles.
Yeah.
Right? You know why that's so famous, right? Or why that, you know, that's the thing is because the gladiators did it. They
Yep.
would be in these steel cage balls.
Steel cage rolling
you know,
around
like that.
Oh, I feel like I remember
slamming
that.
into each other. bro.
They need to bring back that show.
And you had to. They had like this target on the mat on the floor, and you had to roll your ball into it, and then it would shoot up smoke.
Yeah, because you had to put the ball on a little
like a
diameter
weird little platform,
thing.
yeah.
It was a little lip though, so you had to have enough momentum to get it up on the lift and balance it just enough for a long enough time to let the smoke come off.
Yeah.
You get the point, and then you got to like kind of maneuver yourself back to another like that because there was 4 different things.
It was good, man.
And bro, like, man, hey, you know what? I'm gonna have to set up my own little
I love it.
gladiators in the gym for the kids and stuff.
See, the thing with because I actually like American Ninja Warrior, right? Like I like it,
man.
But
Watching
American
the
Ninja Warrior's more. It's more like unique skill for American Ninja Warrior.
Yeah.
Like to be able to do that
It's
spider
just
bar,
parkour,
to
extreme
be able
parkour.
to be able
Yeah.
to hang down by your fingernail. Like that's not like something a regular guy can do. Like you have to train parkour. You have to train mountain climb. American Gladiators, you just get some tough dudes with mullets, bro.
You know, and that in there, it was, and they talked about that because in the first 2 seasons or the first season, they all of the gladiators were super jacked and on steroids and stuff like that, and then the producers and stuff like that, the directors, they were picking other guys that were super jacked and on steroids going against the gladiators, and they're like, yo, this is not gonna work, you know what I mean?
Right.
We can't be showing our gladiators get beaten up. So then that's why they played off, they took the playbook of Goliath versus David, David versus Goliath, like that. And so then it is Lynn, a 31-year-old garden worker that could freaking beat a gladiator, what I mean? Like that. So now they're rooting for you, but
because
then
you give the people at home
so they
something to root
changed
for.
that the second season and like that, and then you started seeing that, and it, and so man,
they
show
did the thing they normally do, like the dudes were all topless, or they had like their weird little ties. The women were.
So the first season they're on this, man, like their costumes and their whole setup. Bro, it was so low budget, low budget, bro. It was like, they had like football pads. They had, and because they couldn't get like any kind of custom thing like that, all they did was just put tape, like red tape, all on the football pads.